Mutual divorce or contested divorce? That's the question I'm going to answer in this video. Hi, Coach Val here, and I help men to create the marriage of their dreams. This video is for those who want to save their marriage. If you are somebody who is not interested in saving your marriage, or you're wondering whether you should save your marriage or not, or you feel that your wife wants divorce and you want to understand whether she really wants divorce, then I want you to watch my other videos like 8 things to consider before divorce. Like your wife doesn't want divorce and here's why. The third video is don't go for divorce. Here's why. And you can watch these videos to make that right decision. This video is for those who want to save their marriage and who are wondering whether you should go for a contested divorce or for a mutual divorce. In this video, I'm going to talk about these important elements. The first thing is, what do you really want? The second thing, I'm going to talk about the contested divorce. And the third thing is, what is the advantage or the disadvantage of going for a mutual divorce? And finally, there is a third option. There's a third option that I want to talk about, and then we'll end with how can you put this third option into action. So the first thing is, what do you want? As I already mentioned, if you are somebody who is thinking about divorce is something that you want, then this video is not for you. This video is for you if you are thinking that I want to save this marriage. My wife is saying that divorce is the only way. She's hell bent on getting divorced. Then should I go for it or should I contest it? Let's look at the contested divorce first, and then we'll look at the mutual divorce. In contested divorce, what really is happening is, I can explain it through an analogy. Analogy is, imagine that your wife has a toothache and she wants to extract this tooth, not because she doesn't like it, not because she wants to get a different tooth or a denture. It's because the tooth has decayed and it is paining extremely, and she wants to get rid of this tooth. And contested divorce is something like stopping her from getting rid of the tooth. So what is she going to do? More you try to stop her, more she will try to get the tooth extracted. Again, not because she doesn't like the tooth, because the pain is excruciating. The pain is excruciating. So in your marriage, if you are thinking about putting a contested divorce and using all sort of laws to get your wife back, most probably you will not get her back. And even if you get her back, she will not be happy. And if she is not happy, then obviously your life will be miserable. So that's the answer for going for a contested divorce. I've also seen and heard contested divorce lasting for years and years and years and years. And when you're looking at a contested divorce, you easily understand the kind of time that is wasted, the kind of money that is wasted, the kind of energy that is wasted, and the impact of it on your health, on your other relationships. So that is about whether you should go for a contested divorce. Now, if you don't want to go for a contested divorce, then there is one more perspective is, all right, I love my wife, so I'll go for a mutual divorce. So I'm going for a mutual divorce because I love my wife and my wife wants a divorce, and the best thing to do is give her what she wants. In this context, you got to answer this very important question. Is it that she really wants a divorce, or she wants to get out of a marriage that is miserable? In other words, is it that, if you use the analogy of the tooth, is it that she really wants to get rid of the tooth, or she wants to get rid of the pain? Of course, in your case, if you dig deeper, if you understand at a deeper level, the answer is she doesn't want to get rid of the tooth. She wants to get rid of the pain. And according to her, getting rid of the tooth is the solution to the pain. So what she will feel at the end of this divorce process is she will feel relieved. not happy, not happy. So if you're thinking that by giving the divorce, you're doing a biggest favor to your wife, you're wrong. You're wrong. So if contested divorce can drag for years and it will not bring about love, and if going for a mutual divorce will again not bring about love, then what do you need to do? What are you supposed to do? The thing you got to do is, there is a third option. The third option is, and how do you adopt this third option? I'll talk about it later. The third option is work on the tooth. Work on the tooth. So as you're working on the tooth, she might be working on the tooth is, what I mean is, get rid of that cavity, get rid of that decay that's happening. And when that happens, obviously the pain will go away. And when the pain goes away, she will say that I do not want to go for a divorce. I do not want to go for a divorce. And you might be wondering, is this even possible? The answer is, of course, yes. Of course, yes. And for you to understand that it is possible, let me share a message that I received from one of our awesome husbands. And the message says, "Hi coach, it's been 3 years. We got separated. Joined the course 1.5 years ago. I was completely blocked in all the forums, FB, WhatsApp, call, etc. by my wife. A divorce case was filed against me. Within 4 months of joining the course, I was unblocked and I got my first message, just learned the core of the course and implemented the learnings. It started from the messages, then a small talk, then a long talk, rare meetings, then frequent meetings, then continued as dating without knowing to both of our families. We became so close that she speaks to me every day and was meeting often. It was decided by the court to give the divorce as per her request. The court decided to give verdict on the 6th of August. This is very important. She got shocked when she heard from the court. She wanted me to stop this divorce by filing a stop motion. After a long discussion, she decided to open up to her family that she wanted to live with me again. But her family resisted initially. When she said her decision, now they want to meet me and take it forward. And few days ago, he told us that the meeting that they had was very successful and they're going to live together once again. Now, in this case, you would notice that what did he do? What he did was, he made sure that the tooth healed. In other words, the marriage healed. And then when the marriage healed, before the marriage healed, before that love, before that connection, she wanted divorce. But once that connection happened, once that love happened, she didn't want to leave this person. Now, the question that comes to our mind is, how do I go about acquiring the third option? How do I heal that tooth? In fact, or you might be wondering that, what if the divorce happens? What if the divorce happens? I want you to think about your marriage like, not like the human's tooth. I want you to think about your marriage like the elephant's tooth. Elephants have 6 molars. That means they get 6 set of teeth at different age time in their lifetime, and every set of teeth are stronger than the previous one. And we see that even in our awesome husband sub, where men who are going through a separation, once again starting afresh with their wife, the love is coming back, the connection is coming back, they are feeling much more closer to each other than they ever felt in their marriage. The dating is happening, they're spending time with each other. So even if you think that through this, if the separation, if the divorce happens, what if, will the person come back? The person will. And if you're interested in joining this community of awesome husband that is spread across the world, then I invite you to attend one of my master classes. Just go to coachval.co. You see it out here. Go to coachval.co and sign up for this master class. I'll send you the link and all the other details. So the third option is not stopping the divorce, but working on fixing the marriage, working on bringing back love. Now, how can you do this? There are certain points that I want to talk about when it comes to how can you do this? How can you stop? How can you work on your marriage? The first thing is focus on companionship. Focus on companionship. Don't focus on saving your marriage. Don't focus on getting her back. Focus on companionship. So what do I mean by companionship? In today's world, what does your wife really need? In the past, what your wife wanted was children, and for that you were needed as a husband. In the past, she needed money, somebody to rely on. For that, you as a husband were needed. In the past, she needed a husband, because if she doesn't have a husband, what will the society think? So you were needed, and that's why she got married. That's why the woman got married. Now today, fast forward today, the present world, what does your wife really need? If she needs children, there are other ways of getting children. She doesn't have to get married to somebody. If it is to do with money, she's independent. She can take care of her own self. She doesn't need you for money. Think about society and religion. They don't interfere. Then why does your wife really need you? It's for companionship. All of us want somebody to share our lives with. Somebody to share our lives with. And that's what your wife wants. So you got to focus on companionship. You got to focus not on becoming her husband again. You got to focus on becoming her companion. Somebody to be with. She wants to be with on a journey. The second thing that you got to focus, that you got to pay attention to, is learning relationship science. Why learning relationship science is so important, I keep talking about it in almost every video, is because our brain cannot see our own mistakes. We can understand everything perfectly, but in my context, what went wrong? And in my context, in my situation, what do I need to do? I wouldn't know the answer. Even if I talk to somebody for 5 hours, that person will not be able to tell me. The only way I can find these answers is by learning relationship science. And as I learn relationship science, the different formula, different concepts, different things that happen in a relationship, which are researched by observing thousands and thousands of couples, you find the answers. That's why the second thing is you got to learn relationship science. The third thing you got to learn is, you got to work on yourself. You got to work on yourself. Why? Because your wife is your reflection. The change, the shift that you will see in your wife will happen because of the change in you. And then it becomes a loop. So you are starting a new tradition, new trend, new way of being in a relationship. And that is picked up by your wife. And because she's behaving in a new way, you will continue to behave in a new way. And that creates a loop. That creates a loop. So the focus has to be on yourself. You got to focus on, how can I be that amazing person that she can't resist falling in love with? And final thing that you got to focus on is using every opportunity. Using every opportunity. You could be like the husbands in our community. You could be meeting her at the counselor's office. You could be meeting her at the lawyer's chamber. You could be meeting her in the court. You could be meeting her at a place. Use every opportunity to create connection. Not on convincing her, not on begging her, not on asking for forgiveness, not on trying to get her back. None of these. Your goal is to create connection. If you can create a connection where there is no criticism from you, where there is no defensiveness from you, where there's appreciation, gratitude, request, apology, all these behaviors are there, slowly she will calm down, she will relax, she will start talking about her past hurts. And if you are listening to her, she'll feel connected again. And obviously, when she feels connected, I talk about it in the masterclass, also in the once you get into the program. Once she starts seeing the changes in you, once she feels connected, she's going to go through a journey of noticing. And once she notices, doubting that change, once she doubts, resisting that change, and then obviously trusting and coming back. So that's all for this video. Just to quickly summarize, if you want to have a great marriage, then contested divorce is not a great option. Mutual divorce, again, is not a great option. The option is the third one. That is focusing on the marriage, focusing on fixing the tooth, focusing on strengthening the tooth. And the way to do it is these 4 ways: focusing on becoming a companion, learning relationship, and working on yourself, and using every opportunity. So if you like this video so far, please go ahead, click on that like button. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please go ahead, subscribe to this channel, press that bell icon so that every time I put up a video, you get a notification. And if there is somebody in your life who needs to hear this message, who is going through a divorce process right now, is applied for divorce, or thinking about whether to go for a contested divorce or a mutual divorce, then please share this video. Until we connect again in the next video, as always, keep your love story alive. Bye-bye.